says, you can take the bear out of the jungle, but you can't take the jungle out of the bear. Oh. That was close. It's called a hard stare, Mr. Hunter. And it's for when people have forgotten their manners.
So welcome one and all to an all-new video. In this video we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out a couple weeks ago, and is a third film in a great trilogy and series that is just really fun and very entertaining and very family-oriented. So we're going to get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video and the other videos I put up. As always, people, if you want to check out my content here on YouTube, definitely check them out on the social media platform. Church's X, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Patreon. Pretty much post on these regularly, so definitely check them out. So let's do it. Let's get right into this. So welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're doing a movie review of a new film that just came out a couple weeks ago, and it's a third film in a great series and franchise that is just really fun. And that happens to be a film called Paddington in Peru. Yeah, Paddington in Peru. Yeah. So Paddington Peru is the third film in the Paddington series, following Paddington 1 and 2, and is the first time we're actually going to Peru, where Paddington is from. And it is just a really fun sequel that I just really enjoyed. It had that great British humor. It was very close to how the books were. And I just really enjoyed all the different actors and actresses that were in it, too. That really brought a really fun, funny, and great endearing quality to the film. And I just really enjoy, Paddington himself. I think he's a great character, and I love the evolution of the character. And you just really feel like he's a very kind bear that you just want to be friends with. And this film just did that. It gave you that great heartwarming feeling that was, great for all different ages of people to watch. And just had some great humor, some great, villain action-esque type of deal, and just was a really overall fun sequel that was a great addition to the Paddington franchise. And there's just so many fun parts, of this film that were just really hilarious. And of course there was, there was one sequence I was like, I didn't feel that was really necessary, but it was okay. Kind of like in the Marvels, with the whole singing planet thing. But other than that, I think the whole film overall is a really fun film that is just really enjoyable and just, like I said, a great addition to this franchise. Now, this film happens to be directed none other by a gentleman that goes by the name of Mr. Dougal Wilson! Oh yeah! Dougal Wilson! Woo! Dougal Wilson! Yeah! So Dougal Wilson, this is his directorial debut. He hasn't directed anything else. But he has been around, has been on screenplays, and has co-directed some things and stuff like that, and is, pretty much been in the business for a while. But this is his actual first feature-length film that he's directed. And, I thought he did a really decent job with it. I thought that, he brought a lot of great things to this film, just like Ben King has. And I just enjoyed the aspect of what he brought to the film. I thought he kept it pretty similar to the previous two films. Of course, adding in that kind of musical number, which I didn't think was necessary. But overall, I think that he had a really great eye for giving, Paddington another run down the old tree. And he gave us this interesting story, gave us some more information on Paddington and kind of his background and his life in Peru and stuff like that. And I just really enjoyed what he gave us, and that he gave us this really entertaining, fun film that was, great for everyone. And the humor he brought into it was really fun. I thought the writing was really on point, and he did a good job of directing everyone to get exactly the reaction he needed for them to be a very overall entertaining type of film. And I enjoyed also that the different locations and the sets and the set designs, stuff like that he decided to go with and thought were decent, because they all looked very jungle-esque and they looked all very good, and they all represented Peru very well, I thought. and I think that he had a really great eye for getting key moments of Paddington and the different people in his life, and kind of getting an overall great picture of, going from the first Paddington film to this film, kind of where Paddington has grown and how his story has changed. And I thought that, Dougal did a good job of bringing that to life. Now, like I said, Dougal has not directed anything else, but this is his directorial debut. But I think that, like I said, once again said, I think he does a decent job with the film. If you haven't seen anything Dougal Wilson has directed, definitely check out Paddington, Peru in theaters now. He did an okay job. So this movie has a really great ensemble cast, lots of great actors and actresses that are involved. Of course, Ben Winshaw provides the voice of Paddington. We have Hugh Bonneville in it, along with the same two kids that have played their kids from the first film up to this one. But this cast is just so much fun. They always bring really great fun to the films, and I just have always enjoyed the majority of these actors and actresses, and they all play a really great part in the film and are also enjoyable and very entertaining. So to start us off is with the amazing, gorgeous, beautiful Miss Emily Mortimer! Oh yeah, Emily Mortimer! Woo! Emily Mortimer, yeah! So Emily Mortimer, you might recognize, of course, from Scream 3. You might recognize her from About Adam, which she starred in with Ewan McGregor and Tilda Swinton. You might recognize her from a slew of things over the years, and she is just a fantastic actress. I've always enjoyed her. I think she's really fun. She's always so endearing and sweet, and you just can't not hate... you cannot not like her. You kind of fall in love with her characters because she's so sweet and kind, that type of deal. And I just really enjoy her, and I think that there's something about her that there's just this magnetism that really makes you enjoy her and just think that her acting is so great and so fun. And I think over the years, after I've seen her through several different things, I think she does have a great acting ability. I think she is a great actress, and I think that she does a great job of being, this type of character, because I've seen her play different types of characters over the years, and she always is just very magnetized. Like, you just cannot help but to like her, and that's how I feel about her in Paddington and Peru. She just is really fantastic as, the Browns, mother, and being Paddington's, surrogate mother and everything, and she's just so fun in this film, and she was so cute, and just funny, and hilarious, and it just was so much fun to watch her in this film, and I thought she brought a lot of great, emphasis to her character in this film, and really giving us this other kind of view of her, and her trying to still be like this mother now, that even though her kids are now kind of all, adults and going off to college and stuff like that, she still has that, like, maternal instinct and wants to be, there still and having fun with her kids and stuff like that. I love that about her in the film and how she really brings that to life in the film, and I think that's a really great writing addition to the film, and just Emily did a great job of bringing that to life. Now, if you haven't seen Emily Mortimer in anything, definitely a great film to check her out in. That is one of my favorites of hers. It's a great film that came out in 2000 called The Kid. Yeah, The Kid. Yeah, this is a great film with Bruce Willis and Lily Tomlin, and it's just a really fun, stinking film. And she plays kind of like the co-helper, kind of like assistant to Bruce Willis in the film, and she's actually the one that, she's kind of the love interest of the film, and you just kind of fall in love with her in the film, and you just absolutely think she's fantastic, and that Bruce is missing out on being in a relationship with her and everything, and that she's really the one to make him happy, and she just plays that so well, and it's just so fun. And it was one of the first movies I ever saw her, and I absolutely fell in love with her after seeing her in the film, and I just think she was so hilarious in it too, and she was one of those people that you're just kind of like, oh my god, she's so damn good, and I can't help but not liking her type of deal. And it was just kind of like, you just automatically thought she was so great and so fun, and she just did a great job with the character and really bringing her to life and just being very realistic to that character. And she did such a great job of portraying that type of character that, who knows, she could be way different in real life, but how she portrayed it was so well done. and she just was so awesome in that film. If you haven't seen Emma the Mortimer, they definitely check her out. And the kid, she was absolutely phenomenal. But overall, I really enjoyed her in Paddington and Peru. I thought she was a great addition to this cast and to the series, and was just so delightful and fun in this film. If you haven't seen her recently or anything, go check her out in Paddington Peru in theaters now. She was absolutely fantastic. So that brings me to the next actor I like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than a great, amazing actor who is hilarious, is action-packed, is always fun to watch, and just has that great accent. And that, of course, is Mr. Antonio Banderas! Oh yeah, Antonio Banderas! Woo! Antonio Banderas, yeah! So Antonio Banderas, you might recognize, of course, from El Maracha, or I should say, actually, the second film, Desperado. You might recognize him, of course, from Once Upon a Time in Mexico. You might also recognize him from the Spy Kids franchise. You might recognize him from Assassins. You might recognize him from different things over the years. He is just a really fantastic actor, and I absolutely love him and think he's fantastic. I absolutely have loved him voicing Puss in Boots since his introduction in Shrek 2. And he is just so freaking hilarious and always fun to watch. And he can play so many different varieties too, just like a lot of actors and actresses can, that don't get enough credit for how good and versatile they are in different genres. And he is just so much fun in this. He plays such a great comedic role in this, and is just so done so well. And it's on par with how great he is at comedy. And I just absolutely love when he does comedy, because he really brings it to life and gives us a really fun type of deal. And that's what he brings to this. That's what he gives us in this film. And it's just on point as he's kind of a villain, but at the same time he's kind of a good guy. And he just plays it very well and does it so amazingly. And I just really enjoyed what he brought to this film, and just was super enjoyable. Now, if you haven't seen Antonio Banderas in anything, definitely a great film to check him out, and is a really great action-packed film. It's a great film that came out a few years ago called The Expendables 3. Yeah! The Expendables 3. Yeah! So Expendables 3, of course, is the third film in the Expendables series, and he actually is introduced in this film. He plays a great character that is super hilarious and just action-packed and kicks butt. And he is absolutely just on point hilarious in this film. And at the same time, I think that his action abilities in the film are really fun too. I think he brings a really great fun to it. I think he does a good job. I think that overall he just brings a really great kind of like passion to it as well. And I just really enjoy what he brings to the character in Expendables 3. And I think that he has some great one-liners throughout the whole entire film. And especially like kind of his introduction to the film, when we see him and he's like jumping off all the different things, and then he comes down and he's like talking to Sylvester to try to get a part of the team. It's absolutely freaking hilarious too. And just Antonio just really bared that very well and hammed it up, and I thought it was just really well executed. It just really showed how great of a comedian he is. If you haven't seen Antonio Banderas, I think definitely check him out in Expendables 3. He was absolutely superb. But overall, he was superb in Paddington Peru. He was a great villain, kind of anti-hero. He was freaking awesome. He plays several different characters that are supposed to be his ancestors, which was super hilarious too. And just overall, I absolutely thought he was a great addition to this film, and just was so much fun. If you haven't seen him recently, go check him out in Paddington Peru in theaters now. He was absolutely phenomenal. So that brings me to the final person I'd like to talk about that was in this film. And that is none other than another great actress who is always fun to watch and is a great comedian. And also has really great dramatic chops. And that, of course, is Miss Olivia Colman! Oh yeah! Olivia Colman! Woo! Olivia Colman! Yeah! So Olivia Colman, you might recognize, of course, from a slew of things over the years. You might recognize, of course, from her Oscar-winning film, The Favorite. You might recognize her from a few other, films that the great, awesome Edgar Wright has directed. You might recognize her from some other British films and other films that you might have seen over the years. And she just is a really fun actress, and I have always enjoyed her. I thought that she's got a really great quip about her. I think that she's really funny at comedy. But at the same time, until I saw her in The Favorite, I didn't realize how good she could do dramatic comedy and be, very dramatic. And playing that, that queen was so fantastically done. And, you know, what Olivia does with her acting, I think, has gotten even better over the years since she portrayed that role. And that's what she did with, you know, Paddington Peru. She was absolutely on point, hilarious. She was so much fun. I absolutely loved her nun character, which was hilarious. We end up finding out kind of her actual intentions throughout the film, and she just plays the character very well and gives us a really enjoyable interpretation of that, you know, that character's, you know, screenplay basically. And she just absolutely just cracks me up through the whole entire thing, because you really think that she's this nun character when she really isn't. And she just really provides this really great kind of funny, comical character that's a great addition to the other comedy throughout the entire film. And she just really is on point, and I just really enjoyed her. I mean, there's this really great part where she's like, trying to explain things to Julie Walters, and like she keeps like backtracking and like saying no yes and stuff like that, and Julie Walters is just kind of like sitting there going, huh? And Olivia is just so freaking hilarious portraying that, and does it so well and on point, and she just really is enjoyable in the film. Now, if you haven't seen Olivia Colman anything, definitely a great film to check her out in. Is a great film that came out in 2007 called Hot Fuzz. Yeah! Hot Fuzz. Yeah! So Hot Fuzz is a great British comedy film, action-packed film by Edgar Wright. Of course, stars Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Olivia Colman plays one of the cops in the British town that he ends up going to, and she is absolutely hilarious. And, you know, she just brings a really fun kind of like little, like, small part that is just super on point and super hilarious and just really well played out in the different little bit pieces we get to see her in. And she just like is absolutely hilarious, and just like how she really brings kind of this like funny added comedy to the other comedians that are providing comedy in these scenes. Just all worked well and meshed together very well, and it was just really enjoyable. And I just really enjoyed it and thought that she did a great job with it. If you haven't seen Olivia Colman anything, definitely check out in Hot Fuzz. She was absolutely fantastic in it. And overall, I really enjoyed her in Paddington Peru. I thought she did a great job, and I thought she was just a really great addition to the film. If you haven't seen her recently, go check her out in Paddington Peru. She was really good. So what is Paddington in Peru about? Basically, the premise of the story is Paddington gets a letter from his aunt, and his aunt basically has said to come to Peru to help her out. And when he gets there, he ends up finding out that she's missing, and he's got to find her. And he has the assistance of his surrogate family, the Browns, to help him try to find his aunt and figure out why she got, why she disappeared. It's a really fun film, really well done. We learn more history about Paddington and kind of his culture, where he actually comes from. So like that, it's kind of an origin story, prequel type of film a little bit, along with being a sequel. And it's just really fun, really endearing, and just high quality entertainment. And I think it's a blast. Really enjoyed it, and absolutely everyone worked well in the film. They all did a great job and just brought this film to life. Great directing, great cinematography, great music, just all around a really fun, entertaining family film. If you haven't seen Paddington Peru yet, definitely go check it out in theaters now. Really worth a watch. I give this 10 Golden Movie Boxes up. Can't wait to add to the collection. Just really fantastic film. Go check it out now in theaters. So that's it for this movie, guys. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Also, thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not see mine yet. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here, please think about subscribing to my awesome Patreon page, where you can help support this channel and get all kinds of extra accoutrement when becoming a subscriber to my Patreon. And always, huge shout out to my subscribers, new and old. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. As always, catch you in the next one.